Marine Corps League, Pax River Detachment, and Color Guard coming up the hill. The members of the Marine Corps League join in camaraderie and fellowship for the purpose of preserving traditions of the Marine Corps and volunteer their time to support the local community through programs such as Toys for Tots, Young Marines, and Charlotte Hall Veterans Day. This is Pax River Detachment 1305. Leading the group.
And don't forget about the Toys for Tots, Marine Corps Reserve.
Coming across and up the street is now Charlotte Hall Veterans Home, Maryland's only skilled nursing and assisted living facility exclusively serving to the needs of our veterans and their eligible spouses. They take great pride in caring for over 400 residents. These veterans have proudly served in World War II, the Korean War, the Vietnam War, Desert Storm, the Persian Gulf, Afghanistan War, as well as serving during peacetime. We honor them today for the courage and their sacrifices they have made so that we may live free and unopposed as Americans. On behalf of a grateful nation, thank you for your service. Charlotte Hall Veterans Home. This is the only veterans home in the state of Maryland. I had the opportunity to talk to Secretary Owens, and this is the only veterans home we have. For those who have served. National Guard Humvee. Service. Serving both in Iraq and Afghanistan, earning combat actions working by retired Corps Colonel John served Corps. Now Master Added Aviator served the highest award, the Sea Cross. Station Kentucky River Honor Guard representing the Navy and several outstanding sailors of various ranks. Naval Air Station Pax River serves as the premier aviation research, development, test, and evaluation facility for the Department of the Navy, Department of Defense, and is the only naval air station in the Naval District of Washington. The naval station has been in service since 1943. The mission of the Veterans of the United States, veteran of foreign wars. The work is instrumental in establishing the VA National Cemetery System, compensation for Vietnam vets, exposed to Agent Orange and Gulf War syndrome. They are able to get the GI Bill pass and Veterans Access and Accountability Act to include VA medical service centers for women. They are also interested in the creation of Vietnam, Korean, World War I, and women military service memorials. Disabled Veterans just went by, processing veterans claims and serving veterans in the community. Please stop by for more information. So ladies and gentlemen, we have the Civil Air Patrol. Let's hear it for the Civil Air Patrol. St. Mary's Composite Squadron is commanded by Major Dennis Miller for 1,200 men who served in the Maryland Wing. Maryland flew 32 missions for the state, 2,002 and all mission categories is credited with 4 fines. Volunteers contributed services estimated at $4.6 million. Civil Air Patrol is a non-profit, all-volunteer to the United States Air Force, established in 1941. Civil Air Patrol operates 560 single-engine Cessna aircraft, more than 2,000 small unmanned aircraft systems, and performs about 90% of all search and rescue operations with contingent U.S. has cast out Air Force Rescue Coordination Centers. Chapter 522, National Sojourners is an organization of current and former members of the U.S. Armed Forces, of U.S. and honorary members who are now master. Specialist Wayne Krause, Vietnam veteran, Army veteran, served E Company, Echo Company, 26th Engineer Brigade. He is driving 1952 John Deere and has restored it himself just by his uncle, Korean War veteran.
Then we have Marine George Island, Vietnam era veteran, served 1957 to 61, driving a 1948 Oldsmobile. Then we have Petty Officer Second Class John Murphy, served 5 tours in Vietnam from 56 to 77.
How's your name?
Yeah, Tom Phelan, A6 pilot.
Do you serve?
I was in the Navy for 27 years.
Wonderful. Keep on your service.
And he's driving his 1928 Model A pickup. Next we have the Southern Maryland Vacations for Vets, a 100% volunteer organization that offers free weekend retreats for our recovering service members and our Charlotte Hall veterans. For the last 14 years, they have hosted over 1,700 guests right here in St. Mary's County. Today's special guest, Wounded Warrior Sergeant John Meadows and his family, L.T. Bryan Close and his family. Thank you, veterans, for your service. Next we have Kappa, female veterans of military sorority called Kappa Epsilon, PSI military sorority. Ladies are part of the DC chapter and surrounding areas.
Are you a veteran?
Robert Cadency.
And Robert, like, look at this nice car. Tell me a little bit about it.
Usually my dad was a retired from colonel. So he was my inherited a couple of years ago from his house. He's known the family.
Clara Henson, Latonia Beach, Virginia.
Virginia Beach, wow.
No, Latonia Beach.
So, what's
Air Force. 2018 Ball Toss.
Next, we have the Military Order of the Purple Heart. On August 7, 1782, General George Washington issued his general order creating the badge of military merit. The records of the first Purple Heart were misplaces after the Revolutionary War weren't found until the 1920s. The War Department announced the new award in February of 1932. By order of the President of the United States, the Purple Heart, established by General George Washington in Newburgh, New York, is hereby revived out of respect to his memory of military achievements. The Purple Heart is awarded to those who are killed or wounded in armed combat. 22. Dedicated to the American veterans of the Native Americans. Right now. Mission 22 offers post-traumatic stress, traumatic brain injury, all the issues veterans are facing today. Next we have Bob Deere in his 1903 Curve-Dash Oldsmobile. Today he's driving Staff Sergeant Tom Holgren, 8-year Army veteran, currently assigned to Lexington Park Army Recruiting Station. And Staff Sergeant Aaron Holmes, 10-year Army veteran, also serving at the Lexington Park Army Recruiting Station.
The American Veterans Association Assistance Group, AVA, is a 501(c) organization that provides assistance to the veterans and families. Our initial mission focuses on military to civilian transition support, working in conjunction with the Department of Defense Transition Assistance Program to provide seamless transition services. Our services include job fairs, mock interviews, resume assistance, salary negotiation techniques, mentoring sessions, instructions on proper interview, business attire, proper networking events, and place opportunities. We're veterans helping veterans and their families.
And right behind them is Governor Larry Hogan. From Matt Morgan, Jack Bailey, Karen Bailey, Eric Colvin, Hyde Morgan, Commissioner Gotti, Commissioner Hewitt, Town Council members, Maryland State Police, Senator Bailey, Delegate Matt Morgan, Secretary of County Republic, Everett, Doug Gansler for Governor, Wes Moore for Governor, St. Mary's Kelly Schultz, State Secretary of Commerce, Town Council member, County Commissioners, Mary State Town Council, DJ Bowling, Charles County Commissioner, Captain D.W. Kingsley, N.A.S. Patch River, and Chaplain Hammer. Mr. Gary Knight, Vice Chairman, and Charlotte Hall, representing Maryland Secretary of Veterans Affairs and Governor of Maryland. John Woburn Smith, Secretary of State, Circuit Court, Judge Densford, Deb Bray, Circuit Court for St. Mary's County, Local Court Judges, Board of Education, St. Mary's County Library, driven by Michael Blackbelt. The library offers great programs in over 600 title in print or online, including audiobooks, music, and movies. The new Leonardtown Library is under construction and is actually opening this year.
Here's the St. Mary's County Democrats honoring our veterans, honoring all who have served. And behind them is our St. Mary's County Library. Here we go. And there's Mike. Everybody say hi, Michael, from the library. Followed by the Judge of Orphans Court, Experience Court. Followed by the School Board, Jim Court. Cycling Without Age, St. Mary's County, specialized tri-shawl. After them is the Masonic Lodge, Thomas B. Shyrock, number 223, located in Hollywood. We are proud to have many veterans that make up our lives, making good men better. To be one, ask one. Ron McFarland. Thank you, veterans. And along the way there, we had Captain Jim Lake, 80-year young U.S. Navy retired after serving 42 years of continuous service. Vietnam service from 65 to 68. Rose through the ranks from seaman to crew to captain.
Joining us today is also Miss Maryland 2021, Linda Song, Ensign U.S. Navy. She will be entering medical school. She will also be competing for Miss America at December. Next we have the Cub Scout Pack 1203, founded in 2003. Chartered by VFW Post 2632. The mission is to provide a positive environment where boys and girls can build character, improve physical fitness, learn political skills, and develop a spirit of community service through safe and wholesome activities. After them is Cub Scout Pack 1786. They're chartered by Mechanicsville Volunteer Fire Department. And here comes Cub Scout Pack 420 of Leonardtown, consisting of boys and girls from K through 5th grade. Next we have Cub Scout Pack 413. Pack is 74 years old and still serving boys and girls K through 5, offering a year-round program. It's never too late to join. Then comes Cub Scout Pack 1785, chartered by Mechanicsville Optimist Club. Pack is over 60 years old. We welcome boys and girls K through 5th grade. Next we have Cub Scout Pack 2819, started by Cornerstone Presbyterian Church. After them comes Cub Scout Pack 561 Valley League. Welcomes boys and girls from grades 5 through K to come and experience all that Scouts has to offer. Next is Boy Scout Troop 303, chartered by St. George's Episcopal Church in Valley League. They've provided youth with opportunities for leadership and outdoor adventure for over 20 years. 303 offers thanks to all veterans from all American Armed Services. Next we have Boy Scout Troop 561. They salute our veterans. Next, Boy Scout Troop 2819, sponsored by Cornerstone Presbyterian Church, and seeks to provide discipleship and leadership training for young men who will be tomorrow's leaders. Next is 3013, is all-girls troop that is in Valley League. There are only 2 all-girl troops in St. Mary's County. Then we've got Boy Scout Troop 793, 2793, and Venturing Crew 793. Boy Scout Troop 793 is chartered by Lexington Park St. Mary's Optimist, proud home of more highly trained scouts, future leaders of our country, than any other troop in Southern Maryland. Troop 1793 is also chartered by St. Mary's Optimist Club, and the first and largest BSA troop of girls in Southern Maryland. Venturing Crew 793 is the largest and oldest high adventure crew in Southern Maryland, providing co-ed youth 14 to 21 opportunities to expand their horizons through challenging adventures across the nation and internationally. Next, Boy Scout Troop 1203, started in 2005, helps build character and leadership through teamwork, outdoor experiences, community engagement, fun and respect for those positive impacts to the Scouts, families, leaders, and community. see Jimmy Thomas, Leonardtown native, 1971 Chevrolet C-Tech orange truck. Second owner since 1982, all original. Then we have Stephen Peterson, 1963 Studebaker, Avanti R2. And of course, we've got the St. Mary's Riding Classic Car Club and Baltimore, Washington Charter of American Truck Historical Society. Now we're back to the second group, the Southern Maryland Jeepers. There were so many, as we said, this is group 2. This is a group for friendly Jeepers in the Tri-County Southern Maryland area. We want to help spread the love of Jeep and exercise safe. Legal off-road. It's all about networking with other Jeepers for good times. 13 includes girls of all ages from Piney Point, Point Lookout to Hollywood. The girls wish to extend their gratitude to all veterans and their families for their service. And we've got some brownies with us today, too. Group 1020. 10,028. 4280. 4946.
Trail Life USA, American Heritage 2540. Our mission is to guide generations of courageous young people to become a bride, lead with integrity, serve others, and experience outdoor adventures. That sounds like a fun club to be a part of. That's what I would say about that.
Next we have American Heritage 0317. They seek to build women of integrity through service to God, family, and community and country. They meet at Cornerstone Presbyterian Church.
Medical Union of County founded in 1909 here in Westbury Town. It's the only private military of County in Maryland. We are small, smooth days in Middletown, Maryland. We are leadership
All right, now we have the Crazy Critters, 4-H Club and 4-H Equestrian Drill Team from Clements. Presents freedom riders for equestrian drill teams. This group studies and learns all they can on horses. Each day they can put on a drill team performance at the St. Mary's County Fair. If you have a horse and are interested in joining, reach out to Sue Cruzen, the 4-H leader, and let's hear it for the Crazy Critters 4-H Club.
Now we got the Cooper Scoopers behind the horses.
Kathy Allen, board member, is on the Leonardtown Elementary. Folks, thank you for being here, Kathy.
There's Kathy Allen on the Leonardtown School float. Next we've got Rolling Thunder, Maryland Chapter 1. The issue. The public that American prisoners of war were left behind after all previous wars to help correct the past and protect future veterans from being left connection with the core principles of charity and patriotism. The Knights of Columbus have been serving St. Mary's County since 1910. There are over 1,200 Knights in St. Mary's County serving today's youth, families, church, community, and veterans. And we got Ms. Maryland, 2021, Lydia Song, ensign U.S. Navy. She will be entering medical school. She will also be competing for Miss America in December. We wish everyone a happy Veterans Day. Next we have the Wintertown Rotary Club. Next, we have the Southern Maryland Mustang Club, a nonprofit Ford car club that supports local charities. Come join in the fun. You do not have to have a Mustang to belong. They wish everyone a happy Veterans Day. And John O'Connor, 1951, Ford F3, retired fire chief, honored as he persisted during 9/11 and offered, owned by John. Next we have the Ridge Lions Club and St. Mary's Leo Club. St. Mary's Leo Club from St. Michael's and Leonardtown High School is sponsored by the Ridge Lions Club and Leonardtown Lions Club through Lions Club International with 1.4 million members globally. The Leo Club was started in 1957 in PA. The Leo Club prepare your youth for a lifetime of leadership, provide camaraderie and growth that come from participation. Community service projects. Big thank you to those who served our armed forces. Next we have the Williams family at Antique Tractor, Oliver Tractors. Oliver 70, 1945 industrial model, painted orange for highway use, grass cutting. Oliver 880, 1959 wheat laying model, used in the Midwest to prepare fields for planting crops. And Oliver Super 4040, 1957, only 775 million.
And across the bridge, for Southland High School Junior High Elementary, Martin Graham. Thank you for being here.
Next, we have the Southern Maryland Corvette Club. They just celebrated their 20th anniversary in 2021. Currently has 65 members and all have a love for the real American sports car, the Corvette.
And Miss Maryland, 2021. And the
Hudson River Mustang Club, a local group of Mustang and Ford enthusiasts, honoring the men and women that have proudly served our great nation. And we got Hilltop Graphics with the Flipcraft veterans. Next we have the Potomac Jazz and Seafood Festival with Win Briscoe, the ambassador, invites music lovers to the second annual festival on July 8th through 10th, 2022, along the Potomac at St. Clements Island Museum and downtown Leonardtown. A full weekend of fun is planned, so stay up to date at PotomacJazzandSeafoodFestival.com. Next we have William Alexander and his 1970 Buick Wagon.
St. Mary's Rankin High School Student Council. Accompanied by St. Mary's Rankin Student Council, National Honor Society, and Bank.
Next, American Red Cross of Southern Maryland. Dedicated to preventing and relieving human suffering in the face of emergencies by mobilizing the power of volunteers and generosity of donors to provide services in disaster relief, life-saving blood products, health and safety education, and international messaging services. For more information, please see our website.
Support to those living with advanced illness, founded in 1981 by a group of volunteers under the direction of Dr. Patrick Jarbo. We continue to provide high quality and compassionate end-of-life care and not that provides physical, psychological, spiritual, and comfort care to those who are terminally ill and their families. We also offer grief support. Hospice is a proud member of the National Hospice and organization that supports the Honor Veterans Program in coordination with the Veterans Administration. This is a pioneering program focused on respectful inquiry, compassionate, and grateful acknowledgement by recognizing the unique needs of American veterans and their families, community hospice, and caregivers. In partnership with the VA staff, learn to accompany and guide them through life stories towards a more peaceful ending. Vote number 2 is proudly participate in the Veteran Honors Program. It is our way of saying thank you to our men and women who have served our country. Thank you, hospice.
After them, we have the Southern Knights Custom Car Club. We contribute to the Understand of Southern Maryland. The drivers Mike Hall and his Yellow Thunderbird, Vicky Carnes Chevrolet, Alan Hill Chevrolet, Tommy Albee 1964 Red Ford Fairlane, Raymond Patterson 1979 Pontiac Trans Am, Hazel Beacon 1997 Mustang Convertible, Martha Bailey 1957 Chevrolet, Jim Downs 1972 Chevrolet, Robin Wyatt 1971 Chevy Pickup, Jimmy Addison 1969 Plymouth, Lawrence Morris 1955 Chevrolet, Ed Lauren 05 Chevy El Camino, Steve Ducker 2020 Corvette, Mr. Wilson BMW, Donald Eckert 1957 Ford Thunderbird.
For Heroes, 100% nonprofit 501c3. They dress up as superheroes. Visit hospitalized children, talk with children in school about being a hero for themselves and with the community. And to show to our veterans, they visit Walter Reed, the USO, support wounded warriors, amputee, softball games, Camp for Kids with amputations. Thank you to our veterans for your courage, service, and more superheroes.
After them, we have the Mattingly Gardner Funeral Home. Funeral Home opened in 1898 and will be celebrating its 120th in supporting our community. Today, driving a replica of a 1930 Rolls-Royce Hearse.
Coming up now is Alpha, a very noticeable red vehicle. It's representing Stock's Market and Beer Garden. This is a family-owned, unique shopping experience and community-based friendly. And their sons are driving the cars parade. The Shepherd's Oldfield Market is a friendly, opening experience in the Brew Garden of Southern Maryland. There's dog-friendly indoor-outdoor beer garden, and the car
After them, we had Lexington Park Ford. The Slicks who come to us for fast, service-free, stress-free car buying. That's how we roll. Look, 235 Corning. Next, we have the Three Notch Trailhawks. Provides a diverse mountain bike race team for students in grades 6 through 12. Team operates as part of the Maryland Interscholastic Cycling League, which is sanctioned by National Interscholastic Cycling Association. All skill levels are welcome. Check us out on Instagram or our website.
Here we have Patuxent Wedgwood Properties. All of us like to salute our veterans and offer a heartfelt thank you. Thank you, Patuxent Wedgwood.
Next, we have Slingshot, driven by Tawana Jennifer, who has lived in St. Mary's County all her life. She wanted to come out to show her love and support, not only for the veterans and her family, but all the veterans who served our country. We have the Shady Lane Construction, no job or too small. Local licensed home contractors, we salute you, our veterans, and thank you for your service. Welcome to Seacoast of Southern Maryland.
Southern Mary's Towing.
Next we have Mary Burrows, resident of Leonardtown. Hey, Mary. Following Mary, we've got the Mechanicsville Volunteer Rescue Squad. Thank you very much. Truck 7. Next we have the volunteer fire department from Mechanicsville. Tanker 2. St. Mary's County Volunteer Emergency Medical Services out of Hollywood Volunteer Rescue Squad. The Hollywood Rescue Squad, name was $7.99. Here we have St. Mary's County Emergency Services. Ambulance 189, emergency services. Hey, it looks like the Navy's arrived. There's our fire truck, Naval Air Station Patch River, truck number 13. Let's hear it for our Navy Fire Department. Protecting those who defend America. We have the Marine Sport Unit right now, 2nd District, Sport Unit number 6. The Valley League Rescue Truck 6 Squad, 2nd District, Volunteer Fire Department, and Rescue Squad, St. Mary's County. Valley League, Region 61, 2nd District, Volunteer Fire Department, Rescue Squad. All volunteers, all volunteers. Next we have the Bay District Volunteer Fire Department, engine 91. Bay District Truck 3. Next we have 7th District Volunteer Fire Department, engine 52. That concludes our parade for the day. We'll be setting up for the memorial service here in a few minutes. So stick around and enjoy the rest of the day. Thanks for coming out.
morning. What a great day to be in town. Welcome to Leonardtown, the county seat of the mother county of Maryland, and thank you for attending. I'm honored to be speaking with you today on such an important occasion. We're here today to honor our service members and to remember their sacrifices that they have made and the courage it takes to defend, honor, duty, country. Today we also have a 9/11 remembrance in today's ceremony to honor our first responders. We stand in the midst of patriots and the family and friends of those who have nobly served. So let's get started with our ceremony and our opening prayer. Chaplain Clay Hamrick with Naval Air Station, Pax River.
Let us pray. Merciful and gracious Father, you are our refuge and strength, an ever-present comfort in times of trouble. Today we take time to remember and reflect specifically on Pearl Harbor, the day that lives in infamy. That day we lost more than 2,000 of our sons, fathers, brothers, and friends, and more than 1,000 citizens were wounded. Their sacrifices were not in vain. Veterans have stood to watch through many wars that our country has fought, and to those that stand to defend our nation today. To you we give thanks for our veterans that sacrifice their future as husband, father, wife, mother, and sacrifice careers so that we could have a future. As Jesus said, greater love has no one than this, that someone lay down his life for his friends. These men and women inspired and unified a nation to care for one another, fight for one another, and even defend others around the world who are oppressed and terrorized by evil foes. We honor their sacrifice today and how we live every day. We ask you, Lord, to bring comfort and peace to those that lost loved ones and to our citizens as they are still healing. Lord, we cling to you as our hope, and we hold fast to the principles that make America great: truth, justice, and liberty. We ask that you continue to pour out your grace on us and instill brotherhood from sea to shining sea. In your strong and matchless name we pray. Amen.
Thank you very much. Now we have the presentation of colors and the 9/11 Moment of Remembrance.
Honor guard, and attend, hoot! Carry, color!
Okay, we are joined by the Joint Honor Guard, St. Mary's County Detention and Rehab Center, Naval Air Station, Patuxent River Marine Corps League, Detachment 1305, and Leonard Hall Junior Naval Academy. Who will give the presentation of colors. We also have the first responder representatives, the Honorable Timothy Cameron, Sheriff, St. Mary's County, Captain Stephen Hall, St. Mary's County Sheriff's Office, Thomas Mattingly Sr., past Chief and President, Leonardtown Volunteer Fire Department, Chief Douglas Pinnock, Leonardtown Volunteer Rescue Squad. Please present the colors. And we have soloist Bethany Yee for the national anthem.
Present, hope!
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Great job, Bethany. Thank you very much. Now, if you would join me in the pledge.
Coat. Order, march.
Thank you. Do want to acknowledge Gold Star family of Specialist Raymond Fostich with us today. Thank you for coming. Raymond was killed in the line of duty of the global war on terrorism on August 5th, 2004. So thank you very much. Okay, let's get started with this ceremony. And the first, always the best part of this is what Veterans Day means to me. So I invite the Leonardtown Elementary School fifth graders, Jace Anderson, Clara Campbell, and Alliance Wiesen, along with the Captain Walter Francis Duke Elementary fifth graders, Ela Berry, Nima Coogan, and Taylor Mitchell. Please come up with your principal and Ms. Washington.
I am standing in for Principal Mandis, who unfortunately could not be here due to a family emergency. What Veterans Day means to me. Fifth grade students from Captain Walter Francis Duke Elementary School will speak. Aaliyah Berry, Namia Coogan, and Taylor Mitchell. First, Aaliyah Berry. Thank you. Give her a nice round of applause.
What Veterans Day means to me. When I was younger, I didn't really understand what Veterans Day meant. One day, my dad told me that he was a veteran, and he was a part of the Navy. I realized that my dad's job in the Navy was very important. He protected the USA and me. My papa always wore a green-looking hat, and I always wondered why he had it because it was old and rusty. One day, I found out it was our Army's hat, and it meant a lot to him. My papa's job in the Army was dangerous. He knew it was important. He protected the USA and me. My dad is a veteran, my papa was a veteran. Veterans Day is an important day. It helps people remember that people work hard so we can be free. It makes me feel proud of my dad and my papa, and thankful for all the moms, dads, grandparents, and families that are veterans. To me, Veterans Day means being protected, family, and freedom. Thank you.
Thank you, Aaliyah. That was wonderful. Next, Namia Coogan. Please come up. Give her a nice round of applause, please.
What Veteran Day means to me is when everyone gathers at one place to celebrate the veterans on November 11th every year. My great-grandpa was part of a war. I did not know what that felt like when he went away and to be off other people. But what I do know is when he went away, my great-grandpa and the rest of his family loved him and was worried about him when he left for war. When people gather together to celebrate the veterans, we thank them for the service protecting our country. We make everyone feel good and think more about families. When it comes to war, veterans are important to our country, but they are still important to our country every day. People must not be mean to our veterans. We need to think about veterans and family daily.
Thank you. Excellent, Namia. And next, Taylor Mitchell.
What Veterans Day means to me. What does Veterans Day mean to me? Veterans Day reminds me of everyone who fought for our country, especially those permanently disabled and those who sacrificed their lives. It also makes me think of the veterans that work very hard at the military bases around the world on aircraft carriers, ships, and submarines every day, but especially during times of war. The day is extra special in my family because my father, uncle, and both my grandfathers all served except one more than 20 years each in the Navy. My great-grandfather repaired ships during World War II. He always told my grandma great stories. They served during numerous wars and during peacetime and went on countless deployments around the world. Our family members, including myself, always missed them so much, but we were proud they were out there supporting and fighting for our country. My veteran dad inspires me to want to help the country and be a better person. Every day when my dad goes to work, he always works very hard no matter if he's having a good day or a bad day. I love knowing that my family has served our country. Veterans Day means to me that veterans in our country help not only make our country, but other countries around the world a safer place.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Principal McQueen, please.
Thank you. Good morning. My name is Katina Quick McQueen, the very proud principal of Leonardtown Elementary School. I have the honor and privilege this morning of introducing 3 of our awesome 5th graders who worked very hard with their teachers on writing what Veterans Day means to me. Up first, we have Jace Anderson.
Veterans Day is important for us to celebrate. We should celebrate the people who served and protect the U.S. and other countries. They helped save others, and many gave their lives to protect us. If we don't celebrate our veterans, it would mean we probably don't care about them. I am proud of my family members who have served our country. My great-grandfathers, Claude Whitmer and Pap Fagan, served in World War II. Pap Fagan is still alive. I have another relative, Paul Kreiner, who also served in World War II and died last year. He was invited to the White House and met President Trump. My other great-grandfather, Robert Kreiner, served in the Korean War. My mom's cousins, Matt Fagan and Darren Brown, served in Afghanistan. My family is very proud of our country and our family members who serve and protect it. To be part of the military requires bravery, physical, and emotional strength. And being in the military shows that you love our country. I don't think war is a good thing, but I think it is interesting to learn about it. I have appreciation for the people who fight for our country and what we believe in. Veterans Day helps us remember and honor the people who step up and serve our country. They deserve to be remembered and honored.
Outstanding job, Jace. You did a wonderful job. We will now hear from Clara Campbell.
What Veterans Day means to me. Veterans Day means a lot to me. I have a lot of relatives that have honorably served in the armed forces. One great-grandfather was in the Navy and served on the USS Missouri battleship. And my other great-grandfather served 20 years in the Army. My Uncle Kyle served in the Air Force, my Uncle Jim served in the Army, and my Aunt Shannon and Uncle Regan served in the Army together. My dad is a Marine and is currently in his 22nd year of service. Did I mention that one of my uncles has a Purple Heart? He was injured while serving in Operation Iraqi Freedom in 2005. He was stationed at Camp Marez in Wolf's, Iraq. My family has moved several times because my dad was stationed in different places like Pennsylvania, Virginia, Florida, Texas, North Carolina, California, and New York, and Calvert, and now here in St. Mary's. This has taught me to appreciate the military lifestyle. Veterans have made many sacrifices for others for many years. Veterans Day is a great time to thank all veterans you know. Did you know that Veterans Day used to be called Armistice Day? November 11, 1919 was the first anniversary of the end of World War I. Veterans Day means freedom, sacrifice, and honor for those that have served in the military. If we did not have veterans, we would not have the freedom and liberty that we enjoy every day. Veterans made sacrifices for us to live in the greatest country in the world. That's what Veterans Day means to me.
Excellent job, Clara. And finally, we will have coming up to the stage, Annalise Wiesen.
What Veterans Day means to me. Veterans Day means celebrating those who served in the military for our country, those who fought and still fight to protect us from all the bad people in this world. We show them that we appreciate them by throwing parades. We love and show respect to our family members and friends that have served for us. Many people have this day off to do this, and they write speeches like this one. Many did serve and die in different wars for us, and even though we are sad that we find news like this, we are happy that they serve for us and our country. We celebrate Veterans Day to show them that we care and appreciate them. They helped us and saved us, so we need to show them that we appreciate all that they have done for us. This is why we celebrate Veterans Day and do the things we do for them. Here is some history of this very special day. When World War I ended, everyone thought that it would be the war to end all wars. Sadly, they were wrong. Many veterans were called to serve in the Korean War and World War II. Then in 1953, Alfred King wanted to change what was then called Armistice Day. He wanted this because he knew that Armistice Day only honored those who served in World War I. He wanted it to celebrate all the veterans, so we fought to change the name. So on May 26, 1954, President Dwight Eisenhower signed it into law. Around that time, Congress also passed a law that declared Armistice Day would from then on be called Veterans Day. During this day, we should thank all those who have died for us and who risked their lives for us. Today is the day where we can serve them. We're going to help them and be kind, supportive, and caring to all those people out there. So I'll be happy and joyful that they're here to protect us. Thank you, veterans, for all that you've given us. Thank you.
Great job, kids. Let's have a big round of applause for them one more time. And for that, we do have certificates of achievement to present to each one of the students. in recognition of outstanding essay composition, What Veterans Day Means to Me, presented this 11th day of November 2021 by the Commissioners of Leonardtown. Signed, the Mayor and Town Council. So you have one of each for you. Doug just wanted to, before you leave, just want to thank you for coming down. Doug, a former Attorney General and candidate for governor. So thank you for coming down. Okay, now we'll hear some remarks from the gentlemen up here and ladies. First would be the Honorable John C. Wobensmith, Maryland Secretary of State.
Well, thank you very much. What a beautiful day to be here and to celebrate. I just have to say, I was so proud of listening to the young folks here. In these times that we hear so many negative things, it's nice to hear that they appreciate what their families and relatives have done in the past and what's currently being done by our military. So thank you so much once again for that. And I do want to thank Mayor Burris and the commissioners for once again inviting me here today and allowing me to provide a few comments on this very special Veterans Day. This is a day to recognize and thank those men and women who have served our nation, both in times of peace and in times of war. And we are here today at the birthplace of Maryland in St. Mary's County. St. Mary's residents have defended first our colony and then our nation since 1634. From defending Point Lookout during the Revolutionary War to again supporting Patuxent River Naval Air Station, you've always answered the call to defend and protect our state and nation. A great example of your patriotism is close by. During the Civil War, over 600 United States Colored Troops, or USCT as they were called, from this county served during the Civil War. Two of them, Sergeant James H. Harris and Private William H. Barnes, were awarded the Medal of Honor. I recommend you visit sometime the USCT Memorial Monument. It's not far away from here. And as many of you know, Lexington Park was named after the World War II aircraft carrier, USS Lexington, that was destroyed during the Battle of the Coral Sea in 1942. It's important to recognize that we have a rich military history, and that Maryland currently has approximately 377,000 veterans, 12,000 living here in St. Mary's County. And America owes those of you who have worn and continue to wear the uniform a deep sense of gratitude for your patriotism and your selfless service. So many of you, after completing your military service, became productive members of society, building highways and homes and businesses that in turn has made America the largest economic power in the world. But what would our veterans be without the loving support of our family and friends? So thank you, families and friends, for your dedicated support to our veterans and for your continued support to help those in need in our community. And while we thank our veterans on this day, let us also remember that our fellow veterans who need our help as they cope with either physical or mental health issues that limits their ability to fully participate in society, they continue to need your support. Traditionally, many people visit a cemetery today to say thanks to their loved ones their loved one who was a veteran. And they say that veterans die twice. Once when they die, and then next when their name is said for the last time. So as you visit your loved ones and veteran friends at the cemetery, as you see a veteran's tombstone that you may not know, stop and say their name so that they will never be forgotten. On behalf of Governor Larry Hogan and the citizens of Maryland, I thank you, the veteran, for your patriotism and your service to our nation. May God bless you, St. Mary's County, the state of Maryland, and the United States of America. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. Now we have a message from the Honorable Steny Hoyer presented by Terrence Taylor, Assistant to Congressman Hoyer. Terrence?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, and good afternoon to everyone. My name is Terrence Taylor. I'm the District Director for Congressman Steny Hoyer. It's a pleasure to be here, to be with you on this Veterans Day. As a son of airmen for 23 years, I understand the importance of this day to recognize each and every one of our veterans, and most important, the family members, the spouses, the children. When your father or mother get deployed, you are still the key to keep the family together and the support system around him. On behalf of Congressman Hoyer, he would like to extend his apologies that he was not be able to be here with you this year, but he also wants to extend his congratulations to this 46th annual Veterans Day Parade. We also wanted to acknowledge our local veterans and their service to our nation, and your patriotism and courage are inspiration to all of us in this country and all Marylanders. We are truly grateful for your service and your contribution to the service for freedom and democracy around the globe. I also wanted to thank the young people, extend a heartfelt thank you to the young people that came up today to present that essay. At those age, you are not as comfortable getting before people and speaking, but we are assured that there's a generation that's coming up through the pipeline to be able to continue to articulate this important day in our history and what our veterans, how we are so grateful for their services. So thank you to the young people of Leonardtown and Walter Francis Duke Elementary School for sharing those words with us today. Also, Congressman Hoyer want to not only to extend, but we had a major accomplishment in the last year as it relates to the veterans here in Southern Maryland in St. Mary's County. He is extremely proud of the work that he was able to do in the Congress, but also proud to work with a local group through the Tri-County Veteran Regional Advisory Committee that we were able to secure, and you all veterans are able to see that new CBOC that's up in Charlotte Hall. That is a tremendous work from both local partners, from federal partners, regardless of their political persuasion. It was a team effort, and we thank the VA for finally making that a reality, but it wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for the great partnership that we have with the VRAC and making sure that we secure that top quality health facility here in Southern Maryland. Also, just finally, the Congressman wanted to express his continued support to making sure that we secure the essential resources for our veterans. We made a promise to you. We will continue to fulfill that promise. You served this country with valor, and we said that we would take care of you when you got home, and haven't forgot that promise, and we will continue to make sure that Congress continue to make sure they allocate all the appropriate resources to making sure that the quality of life is available to you through your health care, through the programs that the VA offer, and whatever we can do. And finally, if there's anything that our office can do, please don't hesitate to contact us. Our staff is always waiting to assist you in any way possible. So again, congratulations on this Veterans Day. Think the weather was good to us. Mr. Mayor, you all did another outstanding job of putting on a premier tribute to our veterans here in Southern Maryland. So thank you once again.
Thank you, Darius, and please give Congressman Hoyer our thank him for normally coming down. Sorry I couldn't make it this year. So. Okay, next we have a message from Honorable Benjamin Cardin, U.S. Senate, presented by Roderick C. Lewis, Jr., Assistant to Senator Cardin. Roderick?
Thank you, Mayor. My name is Roger Lewis. I'm a representative of Senator Cardin. I represent him here in Southern Maryland. He could not be with us today. He's out of the country on a work trip, but I'm honored to be able to deliver this message on his behalf. On this day, we pause to give thanks to those who have served our country and their loved ones for their courage and their sacrifice. It's their collective contribution to our country that's worthy of the highest praise that we all can muster. This year, we especially mourn the loss of 31-year-old U.S. Navy Hospital Corpsman, Second Class Sarah F. Burns of Severna Park, who was among the crew members who perished in August when MH-60S Seahawk helicopter crashed into the deck of the aircraft carrier Abraham Lincoln and subsequently fell into the sea. Corpsman Burns had served for more than a decade and had received a number of distinctions, including the Enlisted Expeditionary Warfare Specialist, 3 Navy and Marine Achievement Medals, and a National Defense Service Medal. She will not only be missed by her Maryland family, but she will also be missed by her Navy family. It's impossible to mark this Veterans Day without acknowledging the impact that COVID-19 has had this year. The pandemic has claimed the life of notable national military leaders like General Colin Powell, whose legacy will forever be remembered and celebrated by us all. Unfortunately, General Powell was not our only loss this year. The Department of Veteran Affairs has recorded more than 363,000 cases of COVID-19 nationwide and more than 16,000 deaths. And the pandemic has had devastating consequences right here in Maryland. The Charlotte Hall Veterans Home, for example, was the site of one of the worst outbreaks in the country, with 66 residents and 1 staff member having died there. Maryland is home to 400,000 veterans, and we cherish each one of them. We pledge to do everything possible to protect their health, their livelihood, and guard their dignity. To all of our veterans here in Maryland and across our great nation, I share our heartfelt gratitude. We appreciate you and your families. We honor your sacrifices, your strength, dedication to service on this day and every day. Thank you.
Thank you, Roderick. Okay, now we have the Honorable Gary D. Knight, Vice Chairman and Secretary of Maryland Veterans Home Commission, representing Secretary George Owings, Maryland Department of Veterans Affairs.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. It's my honor and pleasure for the 6th year in a row to represent Secretary Owings of the Maryland VA to present the Governor's Proclamation. I read it as follows. From the Governor of the State of Maryland, Veterans Day, November 11, 2021. Whereas the men and women of Maryland who served in the armed forces of the United States of America are the true protectors of liberty and freedom in our nation, and whereas service in defense of this nation is the ultimate form of patriotism and civic duty, and whereas the Congress of the United States of America has designated the 11th day of November of each year as Veterans Day to honor and recognize all veterans who served our nation with honor, and whereas Maryland joins distinguished veterans groups across this great state and nation in observing Veterans Day with appropriate activities dedicated to honoring the American veteran, now therefore I, Lawrence J. Hogan Jr., Governor of the State of Maryland, do hereby proclaim November 11th, 2021 as Veterans Day in Maryland, and do commend this observance to all of our citizens. Mr. Mayor, on behalf of the Governor.
Okay, next we have the Honorable James R. Guy, President, Commissioners of St. Mary's County, and veteran himself.
Good afternoon. I am Randy Guy, President Commissioner of St. Mary's County. Before I begin my remarks, I would like to thank the town of Leonardtown and all those who have been involved with putting together this event each year. There are countless hours of planning and preparation that go into a ceremony like this, and I thank you for making this effort. Thank you, Mayor, very much for everything, Mayor Burson. As a retired member of the United States Air Force, serving in Vietnam in 67 and 68 as a loadmaster on C-130 aircraft. Veterans Day is a day that is near and dear to my heart. It is much more than a national holiday or a day off from work. Veterans Day is a day that we, as a nation, pause to reflect and honor the past, present, and future sacrifices made by the men and women who chose to serve in the United States military. On Veterans Day, we look to moments in history that have defined our country, moments that are characterized by the determination of men and women proudly, firmly standing and serving here and abroad to keep our freedoms free. We are commemorating the 8th anniversary of Pearl Harbor, a dark day in our history, when on December 2nd, 41, 2,403 people, service members, died and civilians were killed in the attack on the U.S. Naval Base in Hawaii. 80 years later, I stand before you as a reminder that we must remember the valor of the men and women who perished, but also recognize the countless acts of bravery, selflessness, and sacrifice in the following days, weeks, and months by those who survived and continue to get up every day and do their duty in the face of grief, fear, and tragedy. We honor those veterans and we honor their service by refusing to forget their heroic acts. We honor the generations that were born to those men and women who would grow up and in turn join the United States Armed Forces and continue a proud heritage of honor, duty, and sacrifice. I'd also like to take a moment to recognize that this time also marks the 20th anniversary of the start of the Afghanistan War, and of course its ending. I salute the men and women who have been part of this combat. You kept America free from terrorism for 20 years. So you were a very important part of our. Thank you for the bravery and dedication. As the ceremony continues today, please hear beyond the words from the speakers. Hear the message that there are good and true men and women who aren't on the news every night, who don't get a public platform to shout their views, but quietly and with endless dedication serve. They serve in the Army, the Navy, the Coast Guard, the Marine Corps, and yes, the Space Force and the United States Air Force. To all veterans, we thank you for this service. May God bless America.
Thank you, Commissioner. The members of our delegation had to go to other events, so no one was able to make it to this ceremony. So we'll move to Captain Derek Kingsley, U.S. Navy Executive Officer, Naval Air Station, Patuxent River.
Any Marines in the crowd? Happy belated birthday. Hey, good afternoon. Yes, a round of applause for Marines. Secretary Wobensmith, Senator Bailey, who I think is not here now, Mayor Burris, commissioners, ladies and gentlemen, and most importantly, veterans, thank you for inviting us to be part of the ceremony today. A wonderful event, and thrilled to be here representing Naval Air Station Patuxent River, your base on this Veterans Day. Great weather. I don't know who ordered that, but thank you. And it's thrilled to be here in person, I think for the first time in a while. For those I haven't met, I am the Executive Officer of the nation's Center for Aviation Excellence at Naval Air Station Patuxent River. Since joining the command a little over a year ago, thoroughly impressed with the wonderful relationship that the base has with the local community. This crowd today is a testament of that strong bond that we share together. There are only a few places in my career, which is about 25 years right now, that I've served that have such a warm relationship with the community, and Southern Maryland ranks at the top of that list. When I first came on board, I asked the commanding officer what advice he had. He told me what he got from his predecessor, who told him from his predecessor, all you have to do is love the base, and everything else will follow if you love the base. Coming here today, I can see I'm not the only one that loves the base, so I appreciate everyone's support. The pride that Leonardtown and indeed the whole Southern Maryland community has in our nation's service members is not only on full display today, but shown throughout the year. Our country is one defined by those who have served in its defense. Since the American Revolution, our nation has relied on members of our communities, just like Leonardtown, who are willing to answer their nation's call to service. Veterans of all ages have defended our country in times of war and peace, stepping up, leading with purpose, and acting with courage. Moreover, for every citizen willing to don the uniform, there were countless others who stood behind them, who supported them, buoyed their spirits, and anxiously awaited their return. That's a dedication to our veterans that I see here. It's a responsibility we all carry because our veterans are people we care about, we look up to, and we're forever grateful. We as a community come together to honor the veterans as they return home from service because a part of ourselves goes with them when they deployed, and their homecoming brings our community that much more whole again. Likewise, we celebrate and welcome the service of the veterans that are transplants into our community. Instead of going back home, they chose to settle down among the new neighbors and friends within the communities in which they served. And those veterans become integral members of our towns and enriching and strengthening the community here in Southern Maryland in their post-service lives. Those who serve today revere our veterans for paving the road ahead. It's a road to independence, freedom, union, opportunity, tolerance, and democracy. And we're here today because we stand on the shoulders of those who have worn the uniform before us. Gratitude. Simply stated, this noun is a feeling of appreciation or thanks. While words cannot begin to describe the emotions we feel about those who have served, those who have been in harm's way to protect and defend our freedom, and sadly those who paid the ultimate sacrifice, we all come together on this remembrance across the country to say thank you. Thank you for your service. Thank you for every day since that you've made our community and our nation stronger. God bless our veterans, bless the future generations who will follow our lead. May God bless the United States. Thank you.
Thank you, Captain. All right, now we have Dr. Maureen Murphy, President of the College of Southern Maryland. Doctor?
Thank you, Mayor Burris. You know, I have some prepared remarks, but I'm going to go off script. I'm honored to be here. I'm honored to be representing the College of Southern Maryland, but more than that, I'm honored to be here as the daughter of a 91-year-old Korean War veteran. When I call him tonight and tell him I was here, he will be enormously proud. And frankly, I am proud to be part of a college that sees as part of its mission helping our veterans in their transition back into civilian life. The College of Southern Maryland routinely receives military-friendly designation, and right now we are one of 13 community colleges in the nation who have a bronze award. Serving veterans is core to what we do, and as you heard, there are so many veterans in Maryland, and we know that many, many, many of them are right here in Southern Maryland. I've been humbled by listening to the words of the people who went before me. I'm moved. Nothing in my script is as good as what you've already heard. But I do want to tell you what I've observed. I have observed our veterans standing as a beacon of what it means to be unified as Americans. In times of crisis and in times of peace, our veterans have shown us the way for how we come together as a nation. I am enormously grateful for your service. I am more grateful for what you model for the rest of us right now. So I thank you. On behalf of the college, I thank you. Personally, I thank you. God bless America.
Well said, Dr. Murphy. Okay, now we're going to move on to the next program, or section of this program, for the Armed Services Salute by the Leonardtown High School Marching Band, Hunter Martin, Director.
Band, attend, hut, hut!
job. Thank you all very much. How about one more hand for them? Great salute. Now I want to go ahead and invite our guests here and the county commissioners, town council, and our friends here at the laying of the wreaths. Foster's family, please join us, and any members, veterans that would like to join us, please help us.
Now we'll have taps by David Mack, Bailey Soloist, Leonardtown High School Marching Band.
Now we'll have America the Beautiful by Kylie Teston, soloist.
Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountain majesties above the fruited plain. America, America, God shed his grace on thee and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea.
Big hand for all of our musicians. Thank you very much. Now I'd call on Chaplain Clay Hamrick for the closing prayer from Pax River Naval Air Station.
Let us pray. Heavenly Father, we thank you for your steadfast love and your faithfulness to our country. You are the sustainer of all things and the writer of our future. Guide our leaders and give them wisdom and discernment to keep us safe from those who wish to do us harm. Renew in us our commitment to each other and as a nation under your sovereign hand. Watch over all our service members at home and abroad, defending the cause of freedom and democracy around the world. These are all people of courage, bravery, and compassion, whose good works make us proud to be Americans. As we leave this place, empower us to be a force for good, for peace, for justice, and for freedom. God bless these people here today, and God bless America. Amen.
Thank you, Chaplain. That does conclude our services today. Thank you all very much for coming out. And please remember the veterans every day, not just on November 11th. Thank you.